Namaste. Welcome to our channel, Decay.
And Lara, window on our life.
In this series of videos, you will see the most famous landmarks of St. Petersburg.
Let's go.
Today we are going to visit the famous parks of St. Petersburg, the Peterhof, Catherine Park and Tsarskoye Selo, and the Summer Garden. There are different ways to get to Peterhof. We've decided not to take an excursion. First, we got to Avtovo metro station. There is a bus stop. You just need to find a bus with the plate fountains. In some minutes you will be on the spot. To enter the park, you need to buy a ticket. The territory of Peterhof is enormous. There you can visit the Grand Peterhof Palace, walk along the alleys of the upper garden and the lower park. Unfortunately, when we came there, the upper garden was being reconstructed. At the very entrance, you can admire a splendid view of the lower park with its beautiful fountains and alleys. Right now we are at the Grand Cascade. That is the most outstanding fountain construction of the Peterhof ensemble. It glorifies the might of the Russian state and the victory of the Russian Empire in the Northern War. Right in the center of the Grand Cascade, you can see the sculpture Samson tearing apart the jaws of the lion. This monument celebrates the great Russian victory. It was installed in honor of the 25th anniversary of the Battle of Poltava. All in all, there are 150 fountains on the territory of the lower park, including the trick fountains, which are the most popular among children and adults. Peterhof was founded by Peter I in 1709 as a country estate. But after visiting the French court in 1717, Peter the Great decided to make Peterhof into an imperial residence that would rival Versailles. We have to admit that it really did. Let's take a walk along the lower park. Right now we are at the Lion Cascade. You can see the sculptures of the lions on both sides of the colonnade made of granite and marble. In the center of the basin, on a granite rock, there is a statue of the nymph Agamemnon, the patron saint of the eponymous wellspring at the foot of the Halakon mountain. According to the legend, people who drank from this source were poetically inspired. The Lion Cascade is the only one of the 4 cascades of the lower park that is not located on a slope, but on the lower terrace. During the Great Patriotic War, Peterhof was severely damaged. The restoration of the Lion Cascade in 2000 completed the post-war rehabilitation of the lower park fountain constructions. Now, on the opposite shore of the lake, you can see the elegant 2-story Palace Mall. It is located at the border of the western part of the lower park. At the end of every alley, you come across either a beautiful Greek sculpture or one more fountain. It's especially beautiful here on a sunny day. Sunlight reflecting in the water brings the rainbow. What a marvelous sight! Now we are coming to the Golden Hill Cascade that is located on a natural slope in the western part of the lower park. On the Mali Alley, there are coupled fountains, Adam and Eve. They do not represent the biblical characters. In the 18th century, they were associated with the crowned great-grandparents of the Russian Empire, Peter I and Catherine I. Directly on the shore of the Gulf of Finland, there is the favorite suburban palace of Peter I, Montplaisir, that is translated as My Delight. It is surrounded by a beautiful garden with sculptures and fountains. The decoration of Montplaisir Palace was obviously conceived under the influence of the Dutch architecture of the 18th century. That is why the palace was sometimes called the Dutch House. Near Montplaisir Palace you can admire closed fountains. While walking in the park, why not listen to some live performances? Now we invite you to the shore of the Gulf of Finland with us. It is not far from Montplaisir Palace. If you feel tired of excursions or of the city noise, that's a perfect place to be. If you are tired of walking, you can take a ride in an excursion vehicle around the park, but we will continue our walk. There are a lot of squirrels in the park. We met one of them on our way back. Our trip to Peterhof has finished, but we hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did. Our next destination is Catherine Palace in Tsarskoye Selo. Let's go! Again, we are going by bus from the metro station Moskovskaya. To enter Catherine Park, you need a ticket. At the very entrance, you are greeted by this nice gentleman. If you want to enter Catherine Palace and to see the famous Amber Room, it's better to buy a ticket beforehand on the website of the museum. You are sure to be impressed by the grandeur of Catherine Palace, built in the Baroque style. The construction of the royal residence at Tsarskoye Selo started in 1717, and first it went down in history as the stone chambers of Catherine I. During the reign of Empress Elizabeth, the daughter of Peter the Great and Catherine I, in late 1742 or early 1743, it was decided to enlarge the building. From late 1748 until 1756, the construction of the Tsarskoye Selo residence was directed by Bartolomeo Rastrelli, the chief architect of the imperial court. On the 10th of May in 1752, Empress Elizabeth signed a decree on the complete reconstruction of the old building, and on the 30th of July in 1756, Rastrelli was already presented his new creation to his crowned mistress and foreign ambassadors. The Catherine Park is made up of two parts: the regular park, Old Garden, or the Dutch Garden, and the landscape or English Park. The ponds on the territory of the park serve as a mirror, giving a nice reflection of the surrounding beauty. These two symmetrical rectangular mirror ponds give a spectacular view. It is a suitable spot for taking a nice photo of the Catherine Palace. On the left, you can see the Cameron Gallery. Let's take a walk around the park. Certainly, the most known site of Tsarskoye Selo is the marvelous Catherine Palace, but even emperors loved intimacy and silence. Follow us along the Hermitage Alley, and very soon you'll see the Hermitage Pavilion that is hidden behind the trees. The external decoration is superb. The structure was encircled with the balustrade filled with marble statues and vases. The bridge was decorated with gilded sculptures. The facade is decorated with the statues of Atlases holding the walls on their shoulders. There are also lions' masks symbolizing power. To tell the truth, the whole pavilion looks like the smaller version of Catherine Palace. Now we are going to Grotto Pavilion. Our way lies through narrow paths. Nice bridges, streams, beautiful alleys with decorative shrubs and trees. The Grotto Pavilion has another name, the Morning Hall. Empress Catherine the Great loved to spend her mornings there. She read and worked in this peaceful place. In the evenings, it was a perfect location to enjoy long northern sunsets and to listen to the music from the hall on the island. In front of the pavilion, there is a pier where visitors can feed ducks. You can also go boating on the lake. We think that's a perfect place to feel the unity with nature, to get spectacular views, and to enjoy the peace and comfort. We continue going around the Great Pond and come to the Admiralty. It is a red brick building that reminds of old European houses and towers. Our walk around Catherine Park is finishing. We hope you liked it. While planning a visit to Tsarskoye Selo, think of spending there a whole day, as it is really big. But now we are going to the Summer Garden. The Summer Garden is the oldest garden in St. Petersburg. It was founded in 1704. Peter I wanted the garden of his summer residence to be as beautiful as the famous gardens of European monarchs, and it was the very first imperial garden of European style in Russia. There are a lot of fountains, marble sculptures, beautifully decorated alleys here. That's a perfect place for walk. It is located where the Fontanka River flows out of the Neva River. right in the heart of St. Petersburg. The Summer Garden is run by the State Russian Museum. The entrance to the park is free of charge for everyone. Right now, behind the trees, you can see the summer residence of Peter the Great. We will come there later, but first, let's take a look at the statue to the famous fable writer Ivan Andreevich Krylov. The pedestal is decorated with bronze images of the characters of the fables. Now let's have a look at the summer residence of Peter I, which has been preserved to this day almost in its original form. We hope you liked our today's journey. Thank you for watching our video. If you like it, subscribe our channel, press the bell icon not to miss an update.